Okay, so welcome back, guys. In the part A of this section, I discussed how to select your domain name, host your site, and install WordPress. So in this section, in this part of the video, what we'll be talking about is how to set up the look of the entire site. When you install your site, it will be very, very ugly. If you check it, it will mostly be blank and all of that. But not to worry, we'll get started with the theme setup now. So the first thing you want to do once you are logged on, don't forget your admin URL. It is yoursite.com, yoursite.com/wp-admin. You enter with your login username and password, and you end up on a page like this. So the first thing you want to do is in setting up your theme is number one, to go to appearance. Don't forget this, appearance, then come to theme. That is the first step you want to take. Appearance, theme, appearance, theme, appearance, theme. So once the page comes up, then click on add new, right? So the theme I'm recommending for this course is called Catchbox. It is not the most pretty theme. It is what I'm using here. Let me show you. For elaborate man, the site I'm using for, yes, it is not the most beautiful theme out there, but it's simple enough for you to customize and I don't know, get like it's easy for new users to customize, and as you get comfortable with WordPress, you can always upgrade or design or do any other sort of things. But for a start, so what you want to do is come here. Once you are on the add theme section, you come here and search Catchbox. You search for Catchbox. So it should come up with the theme here. See what the themes look like at the end of the day. There are much more beautiful themes that you can use to make your site look nice, but for simplicity purpose, right? Okay, it's not coming up here. But anyway, what you want to do is come to google.com. I'll add the link in the video description so that you don't have to be doing all this Google searching all the time. So I'll add the link to Catchbox WordPress theme. Yes, so I'll add the link to their site. You come here, you download the theme. Once you're on their page, once you click on the link that will give you, you download the theme, and you have the file. You download the file. Make sure you save it somewhere you can access it. Most of the time, just save on your desktop and click on save. And it's important, so you'll not be searching for in a folder that you don't know. So once you have that appearance theme, then click on upload, right? Appearance theme, click on upload, then you choose file. You come here to desktop, then you search for that file, which is Catchbox. This is it, Catchbox. Then click on open, right? And you click on install now. Once you click on install now, it will start and install the theme file. We give it time to install because it's uploading the file, so it might take a while. It might take like 5 minutes at most. So once it is installed, you have the option to activate the theme. So install and activate. Just follow the instruction on the page. It is that simple. Install the theme and activate. So by that time, you should have the theme active. Once you have been able to activate the theme, the next thing you want to do is configure your theme so that it will have the necessary things that you want it to have, and that is what we'll be doing now. So you come to this this is the theme we are using. Then you come to customize. To open an interface where you can enter some details about your site. Basically, what you want to do in the customize session is just to play around with the options that are here. And okay, for instance, in the site identity, you get to give your site a title. Whatever you write here will show up here. Then your tagline, probably you're having a bakeware kitchen, can just write site title. Maybe your site, you want the name to be bakeware kitchen, you can write we feed you. Just come up with something creative, and all of that. Just explore the options. If you have a logo, you can select, click, upload the logo, and all of that. So just play around with the options that are here. I cannot basically teach you everything that is here. Just experiment yourself. Your site will not break. Take note of the things that you are doing, and if you don't like the effect, you go back, you reverse, and you will not save and all of that. So site identity, this color section, you can choose if you want your site to be of this color. You can choose if you want it to be of light color, of dark color, of blue, of green, of orange. It will change for it to be of red. All sorts of options are there, so depending on your preference and which one you favored, it's no big deal. Just spend time around these options to make sure that they look like something that you find beautiful. So then the header image, you don't have to use an image in your header. Just come here and don't select anything, or if there is an image there pre-installed, just click on hide image. There will be another button here that will show hide image. Just click on that one. You don't need an header image to distract your readers. So these are the options. We'll talk more about this menu in the later part of the video, and for the widgets we'll talk more about it in the later part of the video. Now the home page settings, there are two school of thoughts to it. You either have a static home page or you have a home page with the latest posts. I mentioned it in the early part of the video where I was talking about designing the architecture of your site. So for this particular page, we are using a home page with a list of recent articles. So if you don't want that kind of home page, then you have to go to static. You have to select static page. I'll cover more on that when I talk about static page settings. So those are the basic things. Here you can make you can select how the content of your site will look like. Different options. Really, there are so much to learn on this aspect, but the truth is I cannot show you everything. You can just take your time to play around with the options and see what you're able to come up with. If you like it, you save it. If you don't like it, you move on. This is how you learn. Actually, it's not how will I put it now. This is how you learn. Basically, you try until you're able to master the whole thing yourself. So that is how it works, and just play around with the options. So then once you are done with selecting all the options that are important to you, just come and publish them, right? That is it. Come and publish. You're fine. You're good to go with customizing the theme. So now you've downloaded. I'll put the link to download that theme on the video description. Then I've showed you how to install the theme and configure it. Now the next thing you want to do is set up menus and category. Now if you follow the initial video where I talked about site architecture, I laid emphasis on category and menu. In a typical WordPress site, these things are menu. This editorial, Rails, Rod, About Us, Contacting, those are menu that people will see on your site page. They are menu, and there is a way to customize it so that these are the things that will show up. Now to customize, I'll start with category first. It is important that you create a category before you create a menu. So to create a category, you come to posts, then you select categories. Now remember what we said about category. I said at least you should have a minimum of 2 categories, maximum of 2 to 3 categories. They are subsection of your site that describe what your site is all about. For this particular site I'm using to show you as an example, we have I think 3 major categories. We have the rod, the reel, and I think gadgets. We introduced gadgets very recently. If you take note, you discover that most of the articles, we have 5 articles on reel, 4 articles on rod, and 15 editorial articles. These editorial articles, they are the same thing as blog. I just choose not to call it blog on this one. We just choose to call it editorial. They are informational contents, not review contents. So to create a category, you come here, you give the category the name. Let's say rod. Then you come down here and add the new category. So once you save enough category, let's say 3 or 4 that you're interested in, you can put another category as blog that will have a compilation of your informational article. It might be featured, it might be, just come up with something creative, save the category, and you are good to go. So once you have your category saved, you enter the details here and you click on add new category. Once you have the details saved, the next thing you want to do is set up your menu option. Now menu is under appearance and menu. Appearance, menu. If you have to write these things down in a book, please do, because it will make it easy for you. And if you feel like my explanation is complicated, please just try and make sure that you follow the link in the video description. I will post enough link to guide you through the process, text articles with pictures and all of that will make it easy for you. So I'm not sure there are better ways for me to explain these things, because most of them, they are what you will discover yourself in the future. Like, you will just know that, okay, this is what this one does, this is what this one does. Now once you're on the appearance and the menu page, you want to create menu. Now one of my menu is created because obviously the site is done already. So you want to create menu, you click on this create menu option, then you give the menu a name, right? You give it a name. Let's say it might be top menu or header or anything should just signify that this is where the menu is going to. So let's say test. Let me call this one test, right? So test. You create your first menu and you click on test to show that, okay, fine, this particular page is, this particular menu is the test menu. Now you see, like, I have two options already. So you click on the one that you want to edit. Once you create the menu, you call me, because you have one in your own, it is your first menu that you've created. So you click on the one you want to edit and you select them. Now it will show up here. So most of the time, because you've created the category, what you want to do is to add the category to the menu, right? So you come here and you click on categories. The list of categories that you saved earlier on will be here. So you mark them, pam, 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 pam. You mark them and you click on add to menu. So once you add them to menu, they will show up here. Still loading. Once you add them to the menu, it will show up here. And when it does, see, it is here. When it does, now let me show you one thing very quick. elaborateman.com. I'm trying to show you how the whole thing works. So this is the menu option, right, that I saved just now. I selected the categories. If it's page that you want to add as menu, you come to page. You must have created the page already. I'll show you how to create this contact me and about us page. You click on them, then you add them to menu as well, right? So if it's a particular post that you want to add to menu, you will do the same thing. It's not complicated at all. So you select those options, add them to them, they will show up here. Then you click on save menu, right? So now take a look that this menu, look at the ones that I have here originally. Now editorial, reels, wrote, about us, and contact me. Those are the three options that is on the page at this particular moment. Editorial, reel, wrote, about, and contact me. Now I'll switch. I'll switch the menu here to the one that will be shown on the home page. So if you want to switch the menu, you come to manage location, right? You can select which menu will show up at a particular location or not. Take note that in this new menu that I created, I added fishing resources. Fishing resources is not in the primary menu that I'm using before. So once I save it, fishing resources will start showing up here. Now you come to menu location. So which one do I want to be my primary menu? I can select test, right? If I select test and save and refresh this home page, you will see that the options I selected initially, they are now showing up here. Let me see if it is saved already. I think it is. Now if I should refresh it now, see, fishing resources is showing up already, gadget is showing up already. You see, fishing resources, gadgets, and all of that. So that is the basic way of setting up your menu. Just create the menu, select the item that you want to show up in the menu, save. It will automatically populate them over here. It is as simple as that. There is no big deal about it. Just take your time around it and you'll be fine. So once you are done selecting the menu, setting up the menu, the next thing you want to do, okay, I told you category comes first, then menu. You create category and you add them. So let me show you how to set up your sidebar, footer, and widgets. Now everything has to do with appearance. If you want to edit your widgets, you come to widgets here, appearance, widgets. It's taking time today. Appearance. This is what we call sidebar or widget, either of the two, sidebar or widget. So the idea behind sidebar is that to give people easy way of jumping from one post to another on your site. This is the home page of the site. This this is the home page of the site, but they have access to recent posts and all of that. So the benefit of having a sidebar is that it makes it easy for people to navigate through your site. So you come to appearance widget. This is the main sidebar, and the footer. This is the footer of your site. The footer of the site is basically empty. This is the footer, right? This is the footer. This is the footer. This is the sidebar. Now, anything that you want to show, that you want to make appear on the sidebar, you come here, theme, appearance widget, then you click on main sidebar. These are the options of the thing that you can put in main sidebar. You can either put the category there. What you will just do is click here and drag and put here, right? That's it. And you give the title, probably list of stuff that we write on, then you save. Okay, so basically those are the things you want to, the things that you want to put here. You want to put the search box, recent post, category, and archive. Most of the time that's what I put: the archive, recent posts, categories, and all of that. So come here, just select the options that you want, you click on it, and you select, is it main sidebar, footer, or anywhere. Let's put something in footer so that you can see what the footer section looks like. So let's say we are putting recent posts in footer as well. Footer area 1, add to widgets, right? So it comes here automatically, and you click on, let me call it footer posts. Then you click on save. By the time you refresh this page, it will automatically be on the footer. Let me see if it is saved. Okay, I think it is. If we should refresh this page now, see, recent, this wasn't there before, right? So this is footer area 1. If I add another to footer area 2, footer area 3 to be there. So let me show you. I added that already. Let me add the category to footer area 2. And what else again? So all of that. Let me add another one to footer area 3. The idea there is to make the site to make it navigable, sort of make it easy for people to navigate from one place to another on the site. So that's just the basic idea. And if you reload this one, another one will show up in the middle here. This is area 1, area 2, area 3. So just play around with it. There's nothing complicated about it. Take your time. You see, footer area 2, area 1, area 2. If you add another one to show up, so take your time and mess with the site until you get the hang of the whole thing. Yes, so that is about setting up sidebar and footer. You use widgets to set up sidebars and footer. So, and yes, another thing you should do, those are the first two things. Another thing you should do is setting up the permalink. Now, it is very important that you have a reasonable permalink. Permalink is like a URL of your post. It's very important that you have a reasonable URL for your posts. So this is what we call URL. Let this one load up. I'm opening that. This is what we call URL. Fishing toys for toddler. This is a typical URL. This is what it looks like. Now, if your URL is not well set, that is why you see sites having long. See, this one is a very ugly URL. It is not good for SEO. So you want to set up a site that has a reasonable URL. And how to do that is, once you are logged onto your dashboard, you come to settings and you come to permalinks. Right? Don't worry about that because I did not save it. Settings, permalinks. Settings, permalinks. So let it load up. Yes, so basically when you're on the permalink page, you want to select post name. This is the option that you should stick to. Nothing more, nothing less. Just click on this one, click on post name, come here and save. That's it. Post name, come here and save. Post name option, come here and save. It is very important that you do that. So that is that about permalink. And the next aspect of the video is about creating posts and pages. I talked about creating category already. So the next thing is about creating a post and creating a page, adding an image to your post and interlinking them properly. Now, to create a new post, let me start with page anyway. To create a new page, you come to pages, then you click on add new pages. Give it time to load up. So this is an example. Let me show you an example of a page. The difference between page and post is not that well pronounced, but most of the time you use page to publish items that will more static. In this case, we are talking about us and contact me. Now this is a typical page on the site. This is an about us page of the site, obviously. So once you come here, you click on pages, add new page, you give the page a title, it might be dummy or whatever it is. Then you come here, you type in the content of the page, just like your normal Microsoft Word. You type in the content of the page, you do all sorts of things. You can bold it, do blah blah blah. Then you publish. You make sure that this URL, you make sure that it contains the appropriate slug. I'll talk more about that when I'm talking about posts. Now, once you set all of that, you enter the details here. It's not that complicated. There's nothing else to do on it again. Just enter the page title, enter the content, then click on publish. Automatically you have a page like this, right? And if you want it to show up in the menu, don't forget to go to appearance menu, then you select the menu that you want to edit, and from there you select the page and click save. It will show up there. So that is that about adding a new page. Then about adding a new post, you come to post, then add new post. That is the same interface, the same procedure, the same everything. There's nothing complicated about it. So yeah, you let it load up. This is a typical example of a post. So you enter the post title. Let's say best frying pan in December. Just an example anyway. Best frying pan in December. You must have typed your post on Microsoft Word, the articles, just like I instructed you to write review articles and all of that. You must have typed it on Microsoft Word. Then you come here, you enter the article, you copy and paste the article. Then this part is very, very important. This permanent link is very important because for SEO purpose, you must make sure that the structure of your permalink, that your permalink contains your keyword. I'll talk more about this when we are talking of SEO in the third section of the training. So you must make sure that this permalink contains your primary keyword. Like we are writing about first frying pan in December. Now you must make sure that there's first frying pan in December here. No, nothing more, nothing less. So you must ensure that that one is there. Then you click on OK. Automatically, because we have edited the permalink initially to come up here automatically, but it is important that you check and confirm that it is your primary keyword that is there. Okay, you click on OK. You enter the contents of the post and just enter about anything, copy and paste, format it. You use bold where you need to, just the way you operate the normal Microsoft Word. And what else again? Yes, to add an image to your post, what you have to do is click on add media here. You place your cursor on where you want the image to be, then you click on add media. So if you are uploading, you come to upload file, you select the image from your computer. You must have saved it on your computer somewhere. So let me use this for example now. So you let it upload, then you select insert into post. You give it time, it will come up here automatically all by itself, right? This is the image now. So if you publish this post, this image will be there. You can do that as much as you want. And there's something we called, then once you are done formatting your post, you come here, you select the category that the post fits into. Remember, we selected the category, we discussed about the category in the first part of the video. So you select the category that this post fits into properly. If it's gadgets or anything, you select it. It might be one or two. So then you come here, you set a featured image. Featured image is like the image that people see on the home page. This is an example of let me show you an example of a featured image. So you come here, you select a featured image, then set as featured image. You click on that. So this is an example of a featured image on a post. This post is a featured image. So it's the image that shows up on the home page. It's good that you have it, makes your site look attractive. So you set featured image, and once all of that is done, you click on publish, right? That is about it. If you have a long post, which you will do most of the time, you just truncate it. After like the first 5 or 10 lines, you click on insert read more tag, so that on your home page you have something like this, continue reading, instead of having the entire post on the home page. So you click on this button, insert, and you click on publish. That is it. You are done for that. You are done with that. Now the last part, I don't know, this video is running very long, but I will quickly brush through it. So the last part is about interlinking your WordPress post. So if you want to interlink from one link to another, you just highlight the keywords that you want to interlink. You click here, then you enter. Probably you must have had a post about it before. You click on, or it might be a URL, external URL, http google.com. You are linking to Google, then you click on apply, right? So whenever you publish your post and people click on this word, you direct them to Google. If it's an internal post that you have already, you can just highlight, click on this same link again, then enter the title of the post. Let's say fishing reel. I want to add fishing reel to come up with articles that are fishing reels that are on my site. Then you select the ones that is appropriate. Let's say this one, then say okay. Once you click on this one, people are redirected to that page. So that is that about that. Don't forget to always publish. And the last part is about installing plugins. Now you see the same process: plugins, add new. In this video, on this on this slide, this is a list of important plugins that you should have on your site. Yoast is for SEO. We'll talk more about that in the third section of the video. WordPress security is for protecting your site from hacker. Remove category URL is for adjusting the URL structure so that it will not be too long. Jetpack is for website analysis. WordPress form is for your contact form. Sukuri is for security as well. So I like keeping my site secure. So once you come to plugin, add new, then you search for all these plugins with the name that I mentioned on this slide. You come here. If it's Yoast that you want to install, you just enter Yoast SEO, right? So it will come up, it will come here. You click on install. See, okay, this one is installed already. So let's say this is the one I'm trying to install. This is Yoast anyway. Let's say this one I'm trying to install. So you click on install. After installing, this option will change to activate. Then you click on activate again. That is it. You have Yoast on your site already. So that is that about installing plugins. I'll add links to articles for most of these things so that it will be very, very clear to you. And at the end of the day, I might end up creating a short videos that will be public, but I don't see a need for that because this information are readily available online. So I'll just reference them so that it will be easy for you to take your time and go through it easily. So that is that about plugin installation, page creation, theme setup, and installing WordPress, hosting, and domain selection. So if you have any question, don't forget to first search Google for as much as you can. If it's getting too complicated, then you can reach out to me and I'll be willing to answer your question. Remember, it's a technical section of the training. It might be a little bit hard because it's not what you are used to, but the truth is you can find most information on Google. See you in the next video.